Alrighty, so I am with Mellisa Smith right now, and she actually just finished up her 6 month in my program. She crushed it. So welcome, Melissa. So we're just going to kind of talk about your experience in the program so far, and just kind of what you got out of it. So if you want, can you just first kind of talk about like how you were feeling before you even got started, like physically, mentally, emotionally, like where were you kind of at before you actually started this program?
Before the program, I had gained weight. Actually, I was about to go on deployment, and I had about like 2 years of what I like to call winter weight. I kept saying, "Oh, I still have like I haven't been able to lose the last 2 seasons of winter weight," when really I was not doing what I needed to do. And then finding out I was deploying, I was eating anything I wanted, drinking anything I wanted, and not really taking time to take care of myself because I was just planning on like trying to deploy and spending time with my family. And then during deployment, I was hoping to lose that weight. Everyone goes on deployment and they come back and they're so fit. And I was like, that's going to be me. Like, I'm going to have abs. This is going to be amazing. And then COVID hit and all the gyms closed. And I was so discouraged and unmotivated at that time. And I started doing your COVID workouts online. And I loved them. So when you started this program, it was really a no-brainer. So obviously at that time, like mentally and emotionally, I was in a hard time because I was away from family and away from a lot of my support and stuff like that. And it was really hard, but also these goals and hopes and dreams that I had, they kind of felt crushed.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think that's how so many people like felt when COVID hit. It's just like you kind of just felt stuck, and especially since you're over there without a gym, like you didn't even know what to do at that point. So that's completely understandable. So I'm so happy that you were able to find my workouts through Facebook because yeah, you were like doing them, even after the fact, like not even live, like you would continue to do them with your friends out there, didn't you?
Yeah, because the time change was so different. It was like an 8 to 9 hour time change. And I couldn't do them live, but I would save them. Like you can save videos on Facebook, and me and my friend, we would do them after we get off of work. I mean, in the heat of Kuwait, like I think I sent you a picture one time. It was so humid. We were literally drenched in sweat from head to toe. It was just insane, but we loved them, especially like the Zumba ones that you did. Like we did it every Monday because it lifted our spirits. And that's just how we like to start our week.
I love that. I think it's just so cool that like you were able to do that stuff without even having any equipment as well. So that was like a nice part, I'm sure, for you, a benefit there.
Right.
But okay, cool. So yeah, so that's kind of like how you found the program is just through that Facebook things. And then you started up, you got 6 months of work in. So can you just kind of talk about how you're feeling now, like after doing the program for 6 months, like how are you feeling? Like what results do you feel like you've gotten from it?
I definitely feel like more confident, not only physically, but also mentally. Like I I put like I was able during deployment to put myself first in a lot of situations. Like I still had, my duties for the army and stuff like that, but I really did have the time to focus on me. So I don't know, like I struggled on my macros. I went through a lot of ups and downs, right? Like but for nutrition, I think the first 2 to 3 months, I could not get my fat macros right. And that's like been such a huge win for me. I finally understand like what I need to put into my body and stuff like that as far as like nutrition goes. And mentally, like I didn't realize how like important like mental fitness was. Like we talk about fitness and all we think about is working out, but it's your nutrition, it's your mindset and stuff like that. And that's what I really loved about the program, is because it just taught me all those things. So definitely a lot more like motivated and confident now.
Oh, I love that. And yeah, that's the thing that so many people don't even focus on is your mindset toward fitness. And that's like the most important thing in order to succeed. So I'm happy to hear that you're you're realizing how important that is. And like from now on, you know that, oh, I have to focus on my mindset. Like if I'm not doing well in my fitness, then I just got to start focusing more on my mindset.
Yeah.
Yes, you crushed those macros by the end. Oh my gosh, your fat macros were like super high just for your tiny body, and so so we were officially able to get those down. So that was like so exciting, and now you're like hitting them all the time. So that is like a huge win, and you know exactly where you're supposed to be at for all that. So I'm super proud of you for that. So yeah, you obviously have crushed it in all areas: physical, mental, emotional. I just feel like I have seen a whole switch in you from once you started. So congratulations on that. And I'm wondering, what things do you feel like you've learned that you're gonna like take away from this program to continue moving forward?
My biggest thing is I feel like I finally have the tools and the knowledge to succeed in my goals. And also that mindset is everything. And then fitness isn't just about working out, it's about nutrition and all that. And that you don't have to deprive yourself of the foods that you love in order to be fit, like in your nutrition.
Yes, I'm so happy to hear that you know, got that you're going to take that with you, because I think that's something that we all have struggled with at some point in the past, is just completely restricting ourselves from those, you know, unhealthy foods, but we can have it every now and then. So if you can do that, then you can continue those healthy eating habits throughout the rest of your future. So awesome. And then just final question, do you have any advice for anyone who is thinking about joining?
My advice would be you get what you give. Like if you're only giving 50%, you're only going to see a 50% change, you know? Like you have to put the work in, and you have to, you know, be there for yourself. You know, you have to make that commitment, which is perfect. You know, it's commit to hit. You have to commit, because if you don't commit, you're not going to see the change. And then don't get discouraged after 2 months. You know, we take like our body stats and pictures so we can see our change, and you don't always see a huge change after 2 months. Some people do and some people don't. It just depends on how committed you are and your body type, I think, you know. And then listen to your coach. So Courtney, you are like the perfect balance between tough love and understanding. And then the last thing I think would be to reach out to the other people in the program and be a support system for them, because they are going to be a support system for you.
Awesome. I love that. Those are all amazing tips. Yes, the commitment part is huge, because, you know, if you don't put in the work, you're not going to see the changes. So I love that part. And yeah, I just am so proud of you for how much you've crushed it. And you were one of my first clients ever, and I just have loved working with you. So yeah, do you have any final last things that you want to share with everybody?
Probably just that, you know, if you're really like committed, and if you really want to see a change in yourself, that I really do think that this is like a trifecta program. You know, some people, you know, they just focus on fitness or they just focus on nutrition, but I think putting all three together, for me, I didn't have all three. So just understanding that, I just think was really important for me.
Yes, I love that. They seriously are so important, and most of the time we're only focused on one. So yep, they all work together to get those results. Awesome. Well, thank you, Mellisa. I'm so happy to have you, and congrats on finishing the program.
Thank you, Court.